In 1936, the last known Tasmanian tiger died in captivity, seemingly ending the reign of a predator that had roamed Australia for millions of years. Yet, new eyewitness accounts and mysterious evidence have sparked renewed interest in the creature's existence. Could the Tasmanian tiger still survive in Tasmania's wild, remote landscapes? In this video, we explore the thrilling possibility that this elusive marsupial predator may not be extinct after all. Think of a creature with the body of a dog, the stripes of a tiger, and the pouch of a kangaroo. This unique mix describes the Tasmanian tiger, or Thylacine, a marvel of nature. Its wolf-like head and distinctive tiger-like stripes along its back and tail set it apart from any other animal. The Tasmanian tiger had yellowish-brown fur adorned with dark stripes across its back and rump. One of its most striking features was its ability to open its jaws to an astonishing 120-degree angle, far wider than any other known mammal. Unlike most marsupials, which are herbivores or omnivores, the Tasmanian tiger was a carnivorous predator, positioned at the top of Tasmania's food chain. It hunted kangaroos, wallabies, and other small mammals, using its powerful jaws and sharp teeth to capture and consume prey. Studies suggest the Thylacine was a pursuit predator, relying on stamina rather than speed to chase down its prey. This strategy set it apart from other marsupials, drawing comparisons to placental mammals like wolves, even though they evolved in completely different ways. The Tasmanian tiger primarily inhabited the grasslands and forests of Tasmania, with some presence in mainland Australia and New Guinea. As the largest carnivorous marsupial of its time, it played a vital role in regulating Tasmania's wildlife populations, controlling herbivores and smaller predators, and contributing to the overall ecosystem's health. Both male and female Tasmanian tigers had abdominal pouches, a rare feature among marsupials. The female's pouch opened toward the rear, offering protection to her young as she moved through thick vegetation. Sadly, the loss of the Tasmanian tiger left a significant void in Tasmania's natural balance. Its extinction at the hands of European settlers marked the end of an era, and left an enduring mystery about the creature's potential survival. In 1830, a dark chapter in Tasmania's history began with a shocking decree. A bounty was placed on the head of every Tasmanian tiger. This government-sanctioned campaign would push an entire species to the brink of extinction. The arrival of European settlers in Tasmania in 1803 marked the beginning of a dramatic transformation for the island's ecosystem, setting the stage for a conflict with devastating consequences for the Thylacine. Initially, the Thylacine population was estimated at around 5,000 individuals. However, as sheep farming became more prevalent, tensions between settlers and the native predator escalated rapidly. Misconceptions about the Thylacine's nature fueled this persecution. Despite evidence of its timid disposition, the Tasmanian tiger was often inaccurately portrayed as a fierce and bloodthirsty predator. The Van Diemen's Land Company introduced a bounty system in 1830, offering rewards for killed Thylacines. By 1888, the Tasmanian government itself began offering bounties for Thylacine kills. This government-sponsored extermination program proved catastrophic for the species. Trappers and hunters, motivated by financial reward, pursued the Tasmanian tiger relentlessly. The animals were shot, trapped, and poisoned in large numbers. The consequences of these actions became increasingly apparent as the years passed. The once common sight of a Tasmanian tiger in the wild became a rarity. The population plummeted at an alarming rate, pushing the species closer to the edge of extinction with each passing year. Between 1888 and 1909 alone, the Tasmanian government paid out over 2,180 bounties for Thylacine kills. This figure likely represents only a fraction of the total number of Tasmanian tigers killed during this period, as not all kills were reported or claimed. By the early 1900s, the Tasmanian tiger population had been decimated. The species that had once played a crucial role in Tasmania's ecosystem as an apex predator was now teetering on the brink of oblivion. The rapid decline of the thylacine sent shockwaves through the scientific community, prompting belated efforts to protect the species. In 1928, the Tasmanian Advisory Committee for Native Fauna recommended the establishment of reserves to protect the remaining thylacines. However, these measures came tragically late. The damage had been done, and the Tasmanian tiger's path to extinction seemed all but inevitable. As we explore the thylacine story further, we'll examine the final years of this remarkable species and the lingering questions surrounding its disappearance. The tale of the Tasmanian tiger serves as a sobering reminder of the fragility of our natural world and the profound impact of human actions on wildlife. While conservationists struggled to save the Tasmanian tiger from extinction, a single specimen held the fate of an entire species. In May 1936, a Tasmanian tiger named Benjamin was captured by Elias Churchill using a snare trap and sold to the Hobart Zoo. This transaction was kept quiet due to the illegal nature of the capture. Unbeknownst to anyone at the time, Benjamin would become the last known thylacine in captivity, a living relic of a species on the brink of disappearance. By the time Benjamin arrived at the Hobart Zoo, the Tasmanian tiger had become so rare that each captive individual represented a precious opportunity for study and potential breeding. However, efforts to breed Tasmanian tigers in captivity had been largely unsuccessful. Despite attempts at various zoos, including Hobart, no thylacines had been successfully bred in captivity during that time. This failure was particularly devastating given the species' rapid decline in the wild. On July 10, 1936, just 59 days before Benjamin's death, the Tasmanian government granted protection to the thylacine. This belated effort to conserve the species highlighted the tragic irony of the situation. Legal protection had come too late for a creature already on the precipice of extinction. The fateful day arrived on September 7, 1936. Benjamin, the last known Tasmanian tiger, died at the Hobart Zoo. His passing marked the potential extinction of an entire species in captivity. In the aftermath of Benjamin's death, his remains were transferred to the Tasmanian Museum and Art Gallery. However, due to the illegal nature of his capture, the transfer was not properly recorded. For decades, Benjamin's remains lay undiscovered until a taxidermist record from 1936 or 1937 prompted an audit of thylacine remains at the museum. The story of Benjamin, the last known Tasmanian tiger, encapsulates the tragic fate of a unique species. From his capture in the wild to his final days in captivity, Benjamin's life serves as a poignant reminder of the devastating impact of human actions on wildlife. His death on September 7, 1936, marked a somber milestone in natural history: the apparent extinction of the Tasmanian tiger. September 7, 1936 marked a dark day for the Tasmanian tiger. However, this date didn't seal the species' fate in the eyes of researchers. The International Union for Conservation of Nature established a guideline known as the 50-year rule for declaring species extinct. This rule states that a species cannot be officially considered extinct until 50 years have passed without a confirmed record of its existence, allowing time for thorough searches and accounting for possible undiscovered populations. Declaring a species extinct is a complex process that requires extensive evidence to support the claim that no individuals remain alive in the wild or captivity. The Tasmanian tiger presented unique challenges due to its elusive nature and the vast, rugged Tasmanian landscape. Despite the last known individual dying in 1936, unconfirmed sightings continued to emerge in the following decades, fueling debates within the scientific community about the thylacine's status. Numerous searches and expeditions were conducted in an attempt to find evidence of surviving thylacines. One notable effort, led by zoologist Jeremy Griffith and dairy farmer James Malley from 1967 to 1973, involved the installation of automatic camera stations in areas where thylacine sightings had been reported. However, these efforts failed to produce concrete evidence of the species' survival. As the 50-year mark approached, anticipation built within the scientific community and the public. Would new evidence emerge to prove the thylacine's survival, Or would the lack of confirmed sightings lead to its official extinction status? Finally, in 1986, exactly 50 years after the death of the last known thylacine, the IUCN officially declared the Tasmanian tiger extinct. This declaration marked the end of an era and solidified the thylacine's place in history as a cautionary tale of human impact on wildlife. However, the story of the Tasmanian tiger doesn't end with its official extinction. The species' unique characteristics and the circumstances of its disappearance continue to captivate researchers and the public alike. Despite the official declaration, some maintain hope that this remarkable creature might still exist in the remote corners of Tasmania, hidden from human eyes. Since the Tasmanian tiger's official declaration of extinction in 1986, over 1,200 reported sightings have kept the possibility of its survival alive. These persistent accounts have fueled hope and intrigue, challenging our understanding of this elusive creature's fate. The search for the Tasmanian tiger has become a notable example in cryptozoology, the study of animals whose existence is unproven by mainstream science. Among the numerous reported sightings, some stand out as particularly compelling. In 2017, the Booth Richardson Tiger team claimed to have spotted a thylacine in the Tasmanian wilderness. While their evidence was ultimately deemed inconclusive by experts, the detailed nature of their account reignited public interest in the species' potential survival. Another significant report came on February 25, 2018. This visual sighting, while unconfirmed, was deemed important enough to be included in official reports by the Department of Primary Industries, Parks, Water, and Environment. Between 2016 and 2019, the department recorded 8 unconfirmed thylacine sighting reports, indicating ongoing interest and potential evidence of the species' survival. Verifying thylacine sightings presents unique challenges, particularly given the remote and rugged nature of Tasmania's wilderness. The island's vast, densely forested areas provide ample hiding places for a potentially surviving population. This inaccessibility not only makes thorough searches difficult, but also adds to the plausibility of a small, undiscovered group of thylacines evading human detection. Nick Mooney, a retired biologist who has investigated numerous thylacine sighting reports, notes that while some witnesses provide detailed accounts, the lack of clear physical evidence remains a significant obstacle to proving the species' survival. Despite the prevalence of technology and the widespread use of camera phones, no clear images of a living thylacine have emerged since its supposed extinction. As the search for definitive proof continues, scientists are turning to more advanced methods to unravel the mystery of the Tasmanian tiger's existence. The next phase of this ongoing saga involves the application of cutting-edge technology and scientific techniques in the quest to find conclusive evidence of this enigmatic creature's survival or extinction. In the dense Tasmanian forests, every shadow could hide a secret. Recent advancements in scientific techniques are redefining the search for extinct species, offering new possibilities in the quest for the Tasmanian tiger. The search for the elusive thylacine has entered a new era, with researchers deploying an array of high-tech tools in the remote wilderness of Tasmania. Sophisticated camera traps, capable of capturing high-resolution images and videos, are strategically placed in areas of reported sightings. These devices operate for extended periods without human intervention, significantly increasing the chances of documenting any surviving Tasmanian tigers. Tasmania's vast and often inaccessible terrain presents formidable challenges to search efforts. The island's rugged landscape, characterized by dense forests and steep valleys, makes comprehensive surveys extremely difficult. Researchers must contend with harsh weather conditions and limited access to remote areas. To overcome these obstacles, scientists are turning to cutting-edge techniques that go beyond traditional visual observation. Environmental DNA, eDNA, sampling allows researchers to detect genetic material shed by organisms in soil and water samples, potentially revealing the presence of thylacines without direct contact. By analyzing eDNA from various locations across Tasmania, scientists hope to find traces of thylacine DNA that could provide indirect evidence of the species' survival. Recent scientific expeditions have combined these advanced techniques with extensive on-the-ground surveys. Teams have installed numerous automatic camera stations in strategic locations, creating a network of surveillance that covers vast areas of potential thylacine habitat. While no definitive evidence of living thylacines has been captured, the data collected continues to fuel scientific debate and public fascination. The Thylacine Integrated Genetic Restoration Research (TIGGR) lab at the University of Melbourne is at the forefront of these efforts. Led by researchers passionate about unraveling the mystery of the Tasmanian tiger, the lab is utilizing advanced genetic techniques to gather data on the species' genetic makeup. This work aids in the search for living specimens and lays the groundwork for potential de-extinction efforts. In a significant breakthrough, Colossal Biosciences announced in 2024 that they had assembled a near-complete genome of the Tasmanian tiger. This achievement marks a major step forward in understanding the genetic blueprint of this iconic species, with implications extending beyond the search for living thylacines to offer valuable insights into marsupial genetics and evolution. As these scientific efforts continue, the possibility of a groundbreaking discovery looms large. Each new technological advancement and carefully analyzed piece of data brings us closer to potentially rewriting the story of the Tasmanian tiger's extinction. The ongoing search serves as a testament to human perseverance and scientific ingenuity, driven by the possibility that this remarkable creature might still roam the wilds of Tasmania. As we push the boundaries of what's possible in wildlife research, we find ourselves on the cusp of a new era in our understanding of extinction and survival. While some scientists scan the wilderness for signs of surviving thylacines, others are pursuing a radically different approach: de-extinction. This process of reviving extinct species has moved from science fiction to cutting-edge research, with the University of Melbourne leading an ambitious project to resurrect the Tasmanian tiger using advanced genetic techniques. The scientific principles behind de-extinction involve reconstructing the thylacine's genome, comparing it with its closest living relative, the fat-tailed dunnart, and editing the dunnart's DNA to match that of the thylacine. Recent advancements in genetic sequencing and gene editing technologies have made this process possible. The path to bringing back the Tasmanian tiger is complex, with ethical and practical considerations. Critics argue that de-extinction projects could divert resources from urgent conservation efforts for living species, and there are concerns about animal welfare and potential ecological impacts. Despite these challenges, progress in Tasmanian tiger de-extinction research is promising. Colossal Biosciences has announced the assembly of a nearly complete thylacine genome, with only 45 gaps remaining. Scientists have also isolated long RNA molecules from a 110-year-old preserved specimen, providing insights into the extinct animal's sensory capabilities and brain function. The potential ecological impact of reintroducing the Tasmanian tiger is a critical consideration. Andrew Pask, head of the Thylacine Integrated Genetic Restoration Research Lab, emphasizes the need for extensive study of the species' interactions within the ecosystem before any full rewilding efforts. As research progresses, the possibility of seeing living thylacines becomes increasingly tangible. Andrew Pask predicts that the first baby thylacine hybrid could be produced within 10 years, offering hope for reversing the loss of this unique species. The Tasmanian Tiger De-extinction Project represents more than the potential revival of a single species. It opens up new frontiers in genetic research, conservation, and our understanding of extinction itself. As we approach the possibility of bringing back an extinct animal, we must consider the broader implications of this technology for conservation efforts and our relationship with the natural world. As we reflect on the fate of the Tasmanian tiger, we face an important question. Are we learning from our past mistakes, or simply addressing the symptoms of a deeper issue? The extinction of the thylacine highlights both our failures and the potential for redemption in wildlife conservation. Since the loss of the Tasmanian tiger, extinction rates have risen dramatically. Australia alone has lost 38 native mammal species since European settlement, accounting for 1/3 of global mammal extinctions. This alarming reality signals a broader biodiversity crisis that extends well beyond Tasmania. The extinction of the Tasmanian tiger exemplifies the far-reaching ecological consequences of human actions. It was driven to extinction by hunting, habitat destruction, and competition from introduced species, issues that continue to threaten many species today. Human-driven environmental changes, such as habitat transformation, resource depletion, and the introduction of invasive species, compounded by climate change, are pushing numerous species to the edge of extinction. Yet the story of the Tasmanian tiger has sparked renewed conservation efforts. Its extinction led to heightened environmental awareness in Tasmania, inspiring the creation of the world's first green political party. This collective action to protect native species highlights the potential for positive change, even in the wake of tragedy. Current conservation projects, like the Lungtalanana Rewilding Initiative in Tasmania, focus on restoring lost species and cultural practices. These efforts emphasize the importance of ecosystem interconnectedness and biodiversity preservation. By learning from past failures, conservationists are crafting more effective strategies to protect endangered species and their habitats. The lessons of the Tasmanian tiger are increasingly vital to protecting the future of endangered species. Its legacy serves as a powerful reminder of humanity's impact on wildlife and continues to inspire proactive measures to safeguard species before they disappear. The Tasmanian tiger's cultural influence has grown significantly since its extinction. This extinct predator has become an unlikely star, featured on everything from local beer labels to Hollywood films. The Thylacine holds a unique place in Australian culture, symbolizing both the country's rich biodiversity and the tragic consequences of human actions. Its prominence on Tasmania's coat of arms serves as a constant reminder of the island's natural heritage. While the last known Tasmanian tiger died in 1936, its image has proliferated in various forms of media and merchandise. Local businesses in Tasmania frequently use the Thylacine's likeness in their branding, reflecting its power as a symbol of the region's identity and natural history. The animal's distinctive stripes and dog-like appearance have inspired numerous artistic works, ranging from realistic depictions to abstract interpretations. The film industry has also embraced the Tasmanian tiger's story. The 2011 film The Hunter explored themes of extinction and the search for the elusive creature, bringing the Thylacine's tale to a global audience. This cinematic portrayal sparked renewed interest in its possible survival and further cemented its place in popular culture. Tourism in Tasmania has been significantly influenced by the Tasmanian tiger's legacy. Tours and exhibitions dedicated to the Thylacine attract visitors from around the world, serving as platforms for educating the public about conservation issues and the importance of protecting endangered species. The animal's image is also used in official logos for the Tasmanian government and the city of Launceston, demonstrating its deep-rooted significance to the region's cultural heritage. The enduring fascination with the Tasmanian tiger raises intriguing questions about our relationship with extinct species and the natural world. As we continue to grapple with the implications of biodiversity loss, the Thylacine story serves as a compelling reminder of what's at stake and the importance of preserving our planet's unique flora and fauna. Recent scientific breakthroughs have reignited discussions about the possibility of reviving the Tasmanian tiger. As research advances, a crucial question arises: should we bring back the Thylacine? At the University of Melbourne, the Thylacine Integrated Genetic Restoration Research Lab, named TIGRR, led by Professor Andrew Pask, is working towards creating a Thylacine hybrid within the next decade using cutting-edge genetic techniques. Meanwhile, Colossal Biosciences has achieved 99.9% genome reconstruction of the Thylacine, including the extraction of RNA from a preserved specimen. These developments bring us closer to the potential for de-extinction. However, the scientific community is divided on the feasibility and ethics of bringing back extinct species. Mammalogist Chris Helgen points out the considerable genetic differences between the Thylacine and its closest living relatives, which presents major challenges for revival. Supporters of de-extinction argue that the technology developed could have valuable applications for conserving endangered species. As we consider the future of the Tasmanian tiger, several possibilities emerge. Scientific advancements may lead to the creation of a thylacine hybrid, marking a significant achievement in de-extinction research. On the other hand, genetic and technological hurdles might prove too difficult, leaving the thylacine as a relic of the past. A third, highly unlikely possibility is the discovery of a small surviving population in the wild. These scenarios have broader implications beyond one species' fate. The thylacine has become a symbol of human-driven extinction and the potential to correct our past mistakes. The ongoing debates around de-extinction prompt vital questions about our responsibility in shaping the planet's biodiversity and the role of science in determining the future of life on Earth. The extinction of the Tasmanian tiger highlights humanity's profound impact on the natural world and the fragility of ecosystems. It underscores the urgent need for proactive conservation to protect vulnerable species before they vanish. Research into the thylacine's revival has broader implications, potentially aiding the preservation of endangered species. By supporting conservation efforts and advocating for policy changes, we can help prevent future extinctions. While the revival of the Tasmanian tiger remains uncertain, the pursuit of reversing extinction pushes scientific boundaries and offers hope for both lost species and the future of global biodiversity.